Sounds good.
Okay, welcome to the first. I mean,
First one. Well, I
first one.
mean, we already.
We
This is
we
just.
this is a re-record, but we gave it a few days, so we forgot everything. But yeah, so this is the first
Yeah.
re-record. First real episode. Welcome to me and my friend Nick. We're trying to start a
Yeah.
podcast. I think the name is still kind of up in the air, but I think we're going with what we
Yeah.
said. The Shonen Jump podcast was our.
Yeah. The Shonen Jump podcast. For
Uh,
right now, we'll
Cause we
figure it
yeah,
out, or maybe
cause
we'll stick with it.
Cause what originally we were thinking about like only doing talk about JJ Cam like dude, but that's we can't make an entire hour
I mean,
session
I
about.
can yell at you for half an hour and just fucking break everything down, but it wouldn't be very fun. And we have
Exactly.
other opinions on other manga.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess a little background about us. I mean, I think in the first recording we talked about top three, but I'm like, let's just like top
We
five
should just
series.
talk about why we wanted to start this. Like, we
Exactly.
gotta be
Yeah.
the white guy, like, bro, we gotta start a
Bro,
podcast.
one of them's talking, the other one's just looking at the other one, just kind of that type
Yeah,
of
just
deal.
that's gonna be me. I'm just gonna be staring off.
So me and Nick,
Um,
I don't know if you do you want to go forward talk about it or
I mean, what it basically was is that so like every Sunday when Shonen Jump, like the official Shonen Jump, like releases chapters, we would just talk about it because what is it? The place that I work at, he could just come visit me because I work at a goddamn grocery store, and we just talk about the new chapters that come out, and then we
yeah.
just liked our takes.
And then like when
We
we'd be
liked
playing
the
video
takes that we
games and
had.
stuff, we just have like really good takes on like power scaling. And we're like, bro, why aren't we recording this? Like, we could get
Exactly.
famous. Hope fingers crossed,
Yes,
knocking
yes,
on wood wherever it is. But so we're like,
yeah,
okay, why don't we just start recording? Because I'm like, okay, and then I'm like, this is the perfect week to start. So yeah,
yeah.
I guess we kind of talked about it last time. I guess we should say like top five series really quickly. Just I'm
Top five
you
or
don't have to
top
go
three?
because I kind of went over when we talked in the first try. If you want to go
Yeah,
top three or top five, you're welcome. Do you want to start off, Nick?
sure. I'm just gonna do top three because I I just haven't read that much. What is it?
Oh, it doesn't have to be
Number
manga. I was gonna say if you just want to go top five
oh, just
series in
anything?
general, yeah. That's why I was thinking top
Oh,
five would be better for that.
top five. God damn it. Dragon Ball, goated.
Oh yeah.
Chainsaw Man, goated. Attack on Titan, goated. I hope that season three is good.
Yeah.
Um, number two, holy shit. Uh, bro, you lost me at number two. Vinland Saga, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Number
that's a
one,
good choice. That's a good
JJK.
one. I'm gonna go similar lines. I guess I don't think I could put them in order, but I'm like, just
I
series
forgot you went
overall.
there
I'm
already.
like, Vinland Saga, Jujutsu Kaisen, um, Evangelion. I'm gonna put Your Name in there too. I love Your Name.
That one's also pretty good.
Oh, and I don't know, dude. I mean, then maybe like Bleach or Vagabond, honestly. Maybe leaning more towards Bleach instead of more about that, but yeah. So I guess we didn't
Yeah,
even
it
introduce
depends on what you're
ourselves.
reading.
Yeah, it's like you got different moods. Like I just finished the big volume 6 of Vagabond somewhere in that mood, but like Bleach is coming back some more hype, so I'm like those are ones that are fresh in my mind. I
Exactly.
guess the
Exactly.
the final slot in my top 5 is always fluid. It's always changing. But we
Yeah.
also didn't introduce ourselves. We'll introduce ourselves. So I'm like, my name's Max. Uh, I don't know what else. I'm in college. I don't know. I'm a business
Yeah.
major, so I'm not smart. I don't know
You gotta post some of your homework.
exactly. I love long walks on the beach and candlelit dinners. How about you, Nick?
Mm. Well, my name's Nick. I don't go to college. I don't know. I literally just read manga, go to work, and then that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else. average late teens, early 20s adult. Well, not average, I guess, but who cares?
Yeah. Yeah. So then, I mean, we kind of also just need to preface the series we're mainly going to be talking about. It's not just everything in the Shonen Jump catalog, because like a week, that's what, like 20 series that neither of us are fully caught up to. So the stuff
Yeah,
we're mainly going to focus on is, of course, Jujutsu Kaisen. That's the big one. Chainsaw Man, My Hero, and then we're both interested in a like pretty cookie cutter romance one that's on Shonen Jump right now called Blue Box. So we'll give our little summary or little thoughts on that if like anything big
yeah,
happens. Yeah, and then I got Nick recently to start Bleach, so we'll also every few episodes or every episode, however far Nick gets, we'll get his thoughts
yeah.
on it, and then um. Oh my god.
Bro, I gotta start reading it at this point. Are you kidding me? I just looked at the date and was like, I got 12 days to
You could do
to
it.
like what is it, 500 chat. I could do it.
Oh yeah, it was. I
100
don't.
chapters
Yeah.
a day, easy.
And then and then I guess for this one we'll also talk about what's coming out in the fall because that's literally like a week or two away. So
Yeah,
I guess we'll get started with manga as the first big one, and then
sounds good. That's,
I
I mean,
guess
that's what we did last time when we tried to record this.
exactly.
Didn't work properly.
I think the biggest, the one that had the biggest cliffhanger ending and most surprising ending we should start with, Chainsaw Man. I think is what we should.
Yes.
Can I just say what the fuck happened at the ending? What the hell was that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's.
oh my god. Like,
I'm still just. I don't know. It leaves. How to. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just what is it? Well, like when you read it initially, at least also if you live in America, it's like, oh my god, school shooter vibes.
yeah, exactly. Like that's my first thought. I'm like, oh my
Fujimoto
god.
making fun of guns.
It's just.
Not really. I don't know.
I say overall this chapter has been pretty good. I mean, it's got that like the Fujimoto kind of moniker. I guess I can call it that.
Hmm.
All of part 2 Chainsaw Man has come where you can't predict what's going to happen in the next chapter.
Yeah, every chapter is new.
And it's a really good thing because, you know, I mean, with Jujutsu Kaisen especially, we're able to predict.
Keeps you hyped.
Yeah, we're able to predict what's going to
Yeah.
happen. It keeps you hyped, though, but it's like, okay, well,
Yeah.
this fight's going to finish up, whatever, we're going to this, whatever. But
Yeah.
overall, I thought this chapter Chainsaw Man was pretty decent. I kind of liked it. I liked it. And then
Yeah.
there's one particular full page spread right after Yuko, I think is her name, says she killed her neighbor. And it's the one of just them sitting in the chair. And it is
Yeah.
beautifully drawn.
Just chilling.
It's gorgeous. Like, just like compared, like Fujimoto's art style has improved so much from, you know, volume 1, looking at volume 1 or the first few chapters of Chainsaw Man. Everything's, and not in a bad way, everything's pretty angular, pretty edge, has a lot
Yeah,
of
what
rough
was
edges
it?
to it.
His art style wasn't bad originally,
Yeah.
but like now it's so different in such a good way.
Yes. Like I'm not saying it was bad originally, but I'm like it was very rough. It was very he was still figuring out getting the flow of how he's drawing his series, and now he's in that flow. He's got it going, and I think definitely the two, or actually, is it 2 or 3? The one shots he's made. Well, he's been
It's
like
true
gearing.
because he didn't draw one of them, but he drew
Yeah.
two.
Oh, yeah. That's right. He only drew the 2, but those kind of just getting in that flow of just getting some more work with other kind of genres, I think helped, and I mean it's
Yeah.
really showing so far. Every chapter of part 2 so far has had some very gorgeous paneling. I mean,
Yeah.
which I've enjoyed. Like, there was also one scene on top of that full page spread I really liked. It's after, Asa, or however you say the main girl's name. Whenever I'm just gonna
Yeah.
preface also, I'm already really bad with
She's
remembering
garbage
names,
with names.
and when they're in a completely different language, it's gonna be even worse. So if I mispronounce stuff, flame me in the comments, but don't. Whatever. Don't, yeah. But so, Asta, whatever her name is, when she's walking away, where it picks up right after the last chapter when she calls Deji a loser, and the War Devil's like, "Are you an idiot? That's Chainsaw Man. We could kill him right now." And she's like, "There's no
Yeah.
way he'd reveal himself. He's got a Chainsaw Man shirt on." But there's the part where she's like, "Okay, well, how about you think of a way to kill him?" And she starts thinking, she's like, "I think I might have found a way to kind of start taming the War Devil," which I kind of like. So I'm like, that's maybe something they'll tap into in the next few chapters or something. But
Yeah.
yeah. What did you think, Nick?
I think it was good. Fujimoto's paneling is so good, like how he can like just displaying their conversation between what is it, Yuko and Asa? I think
Mm-hmm.
that's her name.
Whatever.
Yeah, blonde girl, Justice Devil. Um, yeah, Yuko.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so good. Like he's uh the paneling is just so good. There's no other way to put it. He knows how to display a conversation. He knows how to set the mood just through the paneling and the drawings.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can feel the awkwardness when there was like the awkward silence between the two of them, and it's like, let's tell each other secrets. Like I pissed myself one time. I was like, I just killed my neighbor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
No.
yeah,
This one was really good. I enjoyed this one. Chainsaw Man so far every week. It's something like, so at points with like JJK during the calling games, I've been like, okay, another like, what am I looking forward to this week with JJK? But like Chainsaw
yeah,
Man, every week I'm like, oh, new Chainsaw Man. Let's go. Let's go. What's next? What's next? What's coming up?
yeah. It's like I got something new to look forward to. I have no clue what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to think. Like, any other closing thoughts or anything you got?
No, I just there's nothing to expect next chapter. Like
Exactly.
I don't know what I can think of. Like the only prediction is that like since Yuko's probably gonna do something the next day, it'll probably bring in Denji to do something about it. Like Chainsaw Man will act, and then like it's gonna all work in their favor, or maybe not. Maybe
Mm,
just like the Devil Hunters are gonna go after Yuko or something.
yeah.
Again, not really much to expect from the. You just don't know what will happen.
Because I was thinking with, like, they mention, the War Devil mentions that, like, the better of, like, a relationship, like, friendship, um, they have with someone, the more powerful the weapon could become. Because, like, this could be a good catalyst
Yeah,
of, like, I mean, this is, like, her only friend, but just see, like, potentially how powerful a weapon she could make, like whatever, a sword or a spear or whatever it's gonna be. Like she made a grenade
yeah,
with someone's heart, but like I want to see what that could um be in this next chapter. I mean,
yeah,
this would be a great catalyst to kill off Yuko, because I mean, Fujimoto is not scared just to kill people off, which I kind of enjoy
yeah.
a little bit. So
The only issue though is that Yuko will probably just read her mind and just be like, "Oh shit, you're gonna turn me into a weapon."
exactly, like there, there's we have theories. We could have our theories, but I'm like, there's no way of knowing what's gonna happen, really.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think the only way to see is just wait till next Tuesday and see. But yeah.
yeah.
So I think
I want to save JJK for
okay.
last. We should do that because that will just,
That's
well,
gonna
what is
take
it?
yeah, it's gonna take up
Do
most of
you,
our
do you
time.
want to discuss the spoilers or do you want to wait on
I
them?
think let's wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking that's good, but still, it's just
Hmm.
we we just talk the most about JJK, so we
Yeah.
can probably just save that for the end.
So I think then let's move on to My Hero.
My
So
hero,
yeah.
yes.
I mean, My Hero this week. I mean, so I'm
Decent
gonna
chapter.
yeah, it was a pretty good chapter. I'm gonna preface with like My Hero. I was like, okay, I watched last season, and I'm like, okay, what's gonna happen next? So I read it, and then once I got to where they revealed the French dude was the spy, I kind of just like dropped this series. I'm like, okay, this is kind of mid now. And then now I picked it back up. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is good. I'm like, My Hero, like the manga, like the war arc and what's going on right now, it's really picked up. It's gotten a lot darker, which I've kind of enjoyed, especially like the.
Art's gotten so
Oh
good.
my gosh, it's gorgeous. Like this chapter in particular was gorgeous too. I mean, there wasn't a lot of pizzazz and fighting at all, but I mean, art-wise, it was gorgeous. There's the panel of Deku kind of like jumping to like jet to jet, and I think that one looks gorgeous. But
It's a good panel.
exactly, and I think this that final, I don't know if it was the final page, but like Deku just standing there with like the other users
Yeah,
of
the last page
what is it,
of One for All.
One for All. Like I always mix those two up. But like
I think everyone
them
does.
of all the former users, and he's like, is Shigaraki still in there? I'm like, that's pretty cool. I liked it. I liked it this week. I'm excited
Mhm.
to see, because I'm excited to see if like uh All for One is gonna come back or something, or I'm kind of
Yeah,
pissed they're trying to bring back Bakugo. I think, you know, a lot of, I think every shonen protagonist kind of needs a catalyst to like for a fight, even if it's like temporary to push him over the edge. And I think,
Izuku has not lost to anyone
yeah, he hasn't.
worth like, because like what is it? They said that All Might was gonna die. Like the only big person that died that I remembered was Midnight.
Yeah, and he wasn't. They weren't close at all.
Yeah.
He was just he got introduced during that arc and died, and I'm like,
Mhm.
we need some sort of catalyst, and it seems like Deku is going back into that mentality of the that he had right after the war arc, and that he's the only one that can do it, and I love that
Yeah.
kind of like darker, edgier vibe he had when he did that. So I'm like, I'm hoping he's going back for it. So
Yeah.
we get a round two
Like
of that.
it's the whole like fuck it we ball. That was his attitude. He was like I can
Exactly.
do this on my own. I can take care of it.
Exactly. But no, this chapter was really good. I enjoyed it, and you know we're gearing up for that final, kind of the final confrontation of My Hero, which I'm also very
Yeah.
excited for, which is gonna be
Yeah.
pretty
I
cool.
want them to finish up the rest of the fights, but there's so many things because what is it? He won't have what is it? There won't be that many chapters left for this year
Hmm.
to finish up everything. So some I've seen some speculation on whether the ending is going to be rushed or not because like how many chapters can you give this fight before it ends? Like I've seen like somewhere in between like 8 to 9 chapters to wrap up the series.
Oh yeah,
So
because I'm like,
it's going to be interesting. I hope that they do it, but
yeah,
yeah.
I'm hoping it does well, because I'm like, also because yeah, I'm like,
I don't want it to be fixed in the anime where they have to like
yeah, that
fix
I
all
don't
the
want to see
fights in the
that.
anime.
But I want them to take their time, but I also kind of want My Hero to wrap up, because like My Hero's been around forever. I mean,
6 years.
yeah, did it start in
I think it
2016?
was 2016. Yeah.
2016, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, it's because what, that's around I think when Demon Slayer started too. So they've been around for a while, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it needs to wrap up. Needs to
Exactly.
make way for Jujutsu Kaisen. Needs to make way for some
Yeah.
other series to come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what's going forward, but I think that's really, there wasn't a lot in
And
this
that was it.
chapter, so
I've also seen the spoilers for that one, but we can talk about it just when the next chapter releases.
yeah,
Cool stuff. That's all.
exactly. And
But
then
I can't give my predictions because I already know what's gonna happen.
I saw
And
like
it's sad.
one or two predictions on TikTok. People are like, "Oh, he just copying One Piece and stuff," and I'm like, "Dude, shut up."
Oh yeah, that thing.
I saw that, like someone getting mad about that.
Yeah,
They're like, "What's?" But I'm like, whatever, you know.
my bro. Have you never heard of a car?
Exactly.
No.
I think yeah. Let's move on to Blue Box.
Blue
So I
box.
don't know if the audience knows much about it. It's a newer um, kind of romance sports slice of life.
It's been going on for about 2 years.
Yeah, because it started 20 summer of 21. I think April maybe.
I think
Right around when
so.
we graduated high school. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right around then.
So it's been around
But
for 2 years. There's like 70 chapters. So if you need something, I think to get you into a romance kind of
it's
series.
probably like the best
Oh yeah,
one
because it
to start
combines like
with.
it combines the aspects of like I was never a sports person, but like Haikyuu, there's kind of some aspects that reminded me of that. But I'm like,
Yeah. It has sports shonen vibes and also like it. ties a romance into it well.
Exactly. It's the romance aspect is also like pretty, in my opinion, cookie cutter for romance. You know, you got the love triangle between. I mean, it's not the childhood friend, but like someone he's known for a while, and then someone he likes,
Yeah.
who you don't know if they're returning feelings back, but there's clearly something between blah blah blah. But whatever.
Yeah.
So this chapter, I thought was really good. I think this was a lot more of a setup chapter for what's
Yeah.
coming in this new arc they're gonna go into. So,
Yeah.
I forget her name, but the new team manager, who's I think Karen's sister,
Yeah.
kind of talked. And in the last one, Chi, the girl that the main character Taki likes, was
Yeah.
kind of just gave like, oh, she likes this foreign guy that has sandy blonde hair and blah
Yeah,
blah
she
blah.
just gave like a fake description of a person that ended up to be a real person at
Exactly,
their
some
school.
kid that
So,
came
yeah.
back from overseas. So yeah, a little context more. She gave
I'm
Taki's the
gonna try
main
to find the
character.
girl's name.
Taki's the main character. He plays badminton. Then we have the girl that Taki likes, Chi, and she's on the basketball team, and she's the star of the basketball team. And then you have Hina, who is a like not world, but probably like nationally famous gymnast or something, and she's the one that likes Taki. So it's kind of like you're getting some stuff in that. But this one kind of had some setup that the boys and the girls basketball team, the badminton team, and the gymnastics team are all going to go up in the mountains and do some sort of like training weekend overnight stay thing together. Where I'm like, that's where we'll
Yeah.
get some pretty more like cookie. We're gonna get some more cookie cutter like romance aspects. But yeah.
Yeah.
How did you
It's good.
feel? Yeah.
Again, it's just a setup chapter. It's good. Romance is always just pretty neat. It works.
Exactly.
It's interesting to see this character try to move things around when nobody it's been like super stagnant. People don't really try to push for their own um what is it? Love interests.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of sit there and then life goes by
Yeah.
and
You
then this
wait.
person's like, I'm gonna be matchmaker. I'm gonna put everyone together and I'm gonna do a great job.
They. It's like
So
it's like an audience insert character because it's like in a normal 12 episode romance. You wait like what 5 episodes for them to like hold hands once, and at the very end they like confess, and then you don't see anything else. But I'm like, you're seeing that stuff now, and you have
yeah,
you have the audience actually there as the team manager character, which I'm kind of liking. So yeah,
yeah, it's gonna be good.
I know. So I don't know if we want to keep talking about manga and go to Jujutsu Kaisen, but we also kind of talked about maybe going over what's coming out in the fall.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
that
fall
first?
releases.
Swap away from manga
Um
for a little bit, and then kind of end off,
sure. I
or go
mean, what is
back,
it?
or how do
What
you
else
want to do
is
it?
there to talk about? I mean, what is it? It's just hype. We got Spy Family,
Oh,
Chainsaw Man. I know that you're excited
oh
for
my
Bleach.
god,
Bleach looks
Bleach.
cool, but
Oh, it's gonna be
I don't know.
someone leaked like the first 8 minutes of like the first
Yeah,
episode. I haven't watched it, but I'm like, I've already heard it's gonna
I'm
be
game.
crazy. We're just talking about a sports one. We didn't even mention Blue Lock is
Oh yeah,
one the
Blue
soccer
Lock.
one.
I'm hyped for that
Blue
one.
Box, or no, I said Blue Box by accident. Blue Lock
Too
looks
many blue
crazy.
things.
Yeah, there's
There's
like
Blue
Blue
Period
Period,
too.
but Blue Lock
Yeah,
looks crazy. I'm
it looks really
excited for
good. I'm
that.
excited for sport. I want a new good sports anime.
Exactly. Now that kind of like Haikyuu's run its course. I haven't watched any of it,
Yeah.
but we got Mob Psycho season 3 coming out, which I mean that one's. I mean I know that's one people are
People
very
are
excited
excited.
for. I've excited for it. The new season of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. It's coming out. I love that series. That's a good little fun one to watch.
I'm
Um,
a shonen man. Give me shonen. I only want shonen.
that new
Something to fight for.
like redo of Sao, I think is coming out
I
this
had no
season.
clue that I had no clue
I forgot
that
about
was
that. And I'm looking
happening.
through my Annie list, like the upcoming, or I guess it's current season of fall, but like that's kind of what's going on.
I don't know. Besides
Um,
that, I'm not interested in anything else.
exactly. Oh, the guy that made Your Name and Weathering with You, his new movies, I
Oh
think
yeah, his
Suzume
new movie's coming out in
is coming out.
November.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited for that. But it's coming out in November. But I don't know if it's gonna be like Demon
That's only for
Slayer.
Japan.
Yeah, in Volume Zero, we're not gonna
We're
get
gonna
it.
be waiting a long time.
So we'll definitely
So
have to do an episode dedicated to reviewing that. That comes out.
yeah.
Um,
Anyways,
just
let's
kind
get to JJK.
yeah. Let's
My
get to
man.
the JJK.
Good
What a
stuff.
chapter. I mean, we both
Yeah.
kind of have the consensus that this one, compared to what's been going on, is kind of not. I wouldn't say mid, but kind of like underwhelming.
Lackluster.
Lackluster. There we go.
Like it gave a lot of context behind stuff, and
Yeah.
like we got to see new abilities, but besides that, it's just like we kind of know already what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it? The the big revelation that like Maki can't be hit by domains that have barriers. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's cool. I think that that's the big thing that just kind of puts Maki above the rest is the fact of that like she has to accept the rules of a domain for the domain to go on.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just like the one thing with the sumo guy,
Yeah.
and then besides that, see, this is the problem of having of us already having to what is it that we already re-recorded this, but it didn't work. Is that
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, we already know what we're talking about,
Um.
but it just sets Maki up to be really good. I think that was mid because we didn't see Maki absolutely destroy Naoya like how
Just one
Toji
hit him.
does with
Yeah.
everyone else.
It,
Exactly,
it
just like to
didn't
stab through the heart.
like it didn't feel like the Dagon fight when Toji came in. It just was one hit, the sword
Yeah.
destroyed his soul or whatever, and then he's like
He couldn't do anything. It's just like you didn't kill me in one hit.
exactly.
Sort
And
of
then it
stuff.
goes to that one panel where like his head grows. He looks like that abnormal, that really small meme Titan with the big ass head from Attack on
Yeah.
Titan. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, see that's what reminded me of instantly. But I'm happy Sumo Guy and Katana Man survived. I'm so
Yeah.
happy. I love them. My little headcanon I've told Nick before is I'm hoping that Katana Man is Miyamata Masashi in some form. I think that would be really cool. But you know, I can hope, but I doubt it. We'll see. Kamo was just there too. I want Kamo. Why was bloodbending? Why is it an inherited technique? Like, if we don't get to see anything cool, I mean, like
we gotta see it kick ass.
Choso,
All it did was lose.
Like Choso's been cool with it, but I'm like he's done it. Like he's like technically a descendant of the Kamo clan, but I'm like he's
also a curse.
Yeah, so he has like unlimited blood, so he can just do whatever he wants with it.
He
like
taught himself his own techniques.
Exactly. We just need
that aren't even in like the Kamo bloodline. It's just like it's so dumb. Like if you're gonna put Kamo in there, it can't just be for like that one part. Like listen, it was really good when he was just like, "Let my friends burn off of my own ashes" or something like that.
That was a good ass quote. That was good. I enjoyed that. But like for the most part, I'm like, this was like lackluster. It was this whole colony felt lackluster. I mean, especially coming off the high notes of Yuta and Akari's fights too. I'm like, this is not what I wanted. I'd like we saw Maki destroy the entirety of the Zenin clan, and now she's like, come on, dude. I wanted to see something like
that. Like we said when we reported this the first time, the whole thing is that like this colony didn't prove anything. Like I think a majority of the community thought, oh yeah, Maki's on par with Toji, and then Gege is like, nope, that's not true. She's actually worse than him. But we're gonna give her a training arc to make her as good as him. Which listen, dude, the sumo chapter also goated. It was so good. My favorite chapter in that whole arc.
It's so that
whole mini fight.
Yeah, no, that's a good one too.
But like, it just she already could destroy an entire like one of the top 3 families.
Exactly.
While she was injured.
Yeah. And then now you're saying she's on par with Toji.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of this one too, but I'm like, there was one point I don't think I talked about on the first recording we tried to do. I don't remember, But at the end, Maki has the sword in one hand and she has some sort of object in the other hand.
Yeah.
And I want to know
Symbolic
what that
object.
is. Like
Yeah.
what is she holding? Because I saw a bunch of like more chibi fan art and stuff like that, and some theories that like, Toji had the little worm that was his like weapon storage. Like, is
Yeah.
Maki gonna get that? She can like, because Nahaya
I
was
wish.
he was a worm at first. People are like, oh, is she
Yeah.
gonna like tame him somehow, something? And then I'm like,
He'll
well,
turn him into his own cursed worm.
exactly. Now we don't know exactly, but I'm like, yeah, whatever, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Hopefully she needs to have like the whole like she does need to have like the worm or like Rika in Yuta's
Yeah,
place
she
where it's
can't
just like,
just
all
rely
right,
on
this is
like
my
Rika and Yuta
one
for
weapon.
weapons, and then Megumin in the shadows. I mean, like she's got to have her own weapon storage because I'm like, if she's gonna be a Toji level, I mean, she already is a Toji level threat, but like if she's like gonna be like Toji level, she's got to have a huge arsenal of just like
Yeah.
broken curse tools
Well,
to
I just
use.
wish that she had Playful Cloud.
Yeah, like
Like the whole thing with Toji destroying Dagon with like the weapon. So
I
good.
want to know if Playful Cloud is still a thing out there. It's just it's just sharpened
Nah,
edges.
Toji broke it. It's just gone. He's just
Because
like,
like the
but
inverted
hopefully
spear is
there's gonna
gone.
be
Yeah,
something
because the
equivalent.
inverted spear is gone. There's no black
Yeah.
rope. I'm thinking like what? I mean, they're gonna have to
That's
make
the only way that
some
you
new.
can actually really give Maki a power up.
Yeah, is give her some
Is
sort of
that like
like
give her a
broken.
new
Yeah,
weapon? Yeah.
she needs some broken curse tool that's like special grade or something.
I
And
love
I'm
how we're
like,
saying this, and
yeah.
she already has a great a,
Like-
like a weapon that splits the soul. One of the few
exactly.
weapons that can
Well,
actually do that. It's like, listen, dude, mid,
yeah.
don't give me Playful Cloud.
Just give us playful like the broken down quarter staff. I think there's a name for it, but it was way cooler. We didn't even talk
Yeah.
about the scene of like Mai and Maki talking, having another conversation.
Oh yeah,
That was a good scene too, because
it was nice to see.
that cleared
It's
up with
interesting that Mai's in the sword.
yeah, because that cleared up with like people thought Mai was in the sword, and then like, oh, did the sword go to Katana Man on
Oh yeah,
purpose or something?
yeah.
Um, so
What's
I
his
was
name?
like,
Dido. Yeah.
I'm calling him
That
Katana Man.
like it just flew into Dido's hands for like Mai to like teach Maki a lesson. Like you don't know how to use me.
I'm going to teach you. Dude, it's like Baby Yoda. I'm going to keep calling him. It's like, I'm calling him Baby Yoda, not Grogu. I'm calling him Katana Man, not Dido or whatever.
Yeah.
I want to see more of Katana Man and Sumo Guy interact with the rest of the group. I think it would be a really funny interaction between Sumo Guy and Yuji, actually. Um,
Oh yeah. Bro, that'd be so fun.
because I think their like
That'd be a really
personalities
good
would
one
just
actually.
mesh so well together. So that's
Yeah.
one we were looking forward to. And then oh my gosh, like what else about
Naria's
here?
technique was cool. It looked
Yeah,
weird.
his
I don't
domain
know
was
if I liked it
so
or not.
cool.
It was cool and like I liked the ability, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe whenever it gets animated in like 5 years, it'll be even better.
Exactly. That's the thing. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
these fights look okay, and I'm like, well, they'll be goated
yeah.
fight. Because like
Well,
rereading
like
like Hana, like not Hanami, but like some of the earlier fights, the like during the
yeah,
exchange arc was kind of like, and then I'm like, I watched it first, but then like going back and reading, I'm like, these are not
yeah,
that good, and then I'm like watching them, like these are so good, dude. So.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I think we just need to see like Maki get some more cursed tools to use. I mean, there's that. I've been rereading Colin games, and I just finished up Yuta's fight. Rika's got like a
Yeah.
shitload of stuff, so maybe
I'm
maybe
sure that
maybe Rika can loan off some
Yuta
stuff.
can like yeah.
Exactly. And then I mean like we
That
kind of
probably would have honestly been a better arc. I just like who cares it like what if she was just on the par with Toji, but she just needed the cursed bag? That would have been just so much better. Just give
exactly
her like
that getting
the
that for this fight.
arsenal. That
Yeah,
would have been so much better of like a process for the arc. I don't know.
exactly.
I would have liked that better.
I'm trying to think. There was one other thing I wanted to say, but I was like, oh, what is it? I don't remember, but I'm like,
Sorry,
we
making
kind of
sure
had the
to-
thought. I mean, the chapter leaks to come out. We had the thought that this next chapter leading up to 200 was going to be kind of just like some recap of what happened, and then everyone meeting up again because there's probably been enough um, contestants in the culling games that have been knocked out that'll
Yeah.
they'll move into kind of one colony, and then we'll see what Kenjaku's doing because I think there was like a bomb or something. Reggie was saying,
Yeah, the whole bomb thing.
yeah, we'll see how that's gonna work out. But that, I mean, based on those leaks, we're not gonna talk about them, but it looks like that's
Oh yeah.
leading in. I just want something special to happen for. I mean, not just like some sort of special cover art, but like something special for 200. I mean, not just like stepping away from the culling games, but like something to acknowledge. Because I'm like every 100 chapters, that's a big deal to like have your series be this popular.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
stay popular since
And last
4
that
years.
long.
Exactly.
Like it's been almost 5 years of
Yeah.
JJK.
And not having like burnout. I mean, like yeah, I think since the time I started reading Jujutsu Kaisen, he had like one break, but that was because like his wrist was just hurting. But I mean, like it seems like Akutami's not having a ton of burnout, so I'm like, he needs to give himself a pat on the back and like give us some like congratulations. Give himself something for that.
Give us work harder. We want a cool thing for chapter 200.
Exactly.
Pat yourself on the back by making us stop.
Exactly. Yeah, so I mean, Jujutsu Kaisen is like heading in. I think we're heading to some pretty cool stuff coming up. I mean,
Again, we can't really. We already know. Sadly, we already saw the spoilers.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to do this at a different time.
Exactly.
Like,
we need to plan it. Like I know that
just because it came out immediately. It just came out immediately Wednesday, and then it's like
so I have to shoot
I
for
got
Tuesdays.
spoiled on TikTok.
Exactly.
It was like, what the fuck? I didn't know this, and then I saw the panel. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, whatever.
So, yeah.
No, I saw one that was just them, and then they were telling what was going on. I'm like, okay,
exactly.
Thank you for just telling me everything. And like now the chapter's gonna seem more mid to me. Yeah, the chapter's gonna seem more mid to me now.
We need to avoid spoilers.
Exactly.
Like I probably need to get away from that JJK Discord.
Oh yeah, they just like post them on every week.
Yeah, because that may have also affected my opinion on this chapter.
Yeah.
Again, maybe on like rereads it will be better, but.
So yeah, overall my thoughts. Lackluster, not mid. Let's get away from individual colonies. Let's get the entire gang back together. I mean, I want to see a fight with Yuta and Akari together. I want to see. I mean, yeah, they'll just wipe, but I want to see them fight together. That's a fight I've been waiting for.
I need to see Kashimo versus Yuji and Akari versus Megami, because that's definitely what it's gonna end up being.
Exactly, based on the spoilers, what we're seeing so far. So. Exactly. So now, I mean, let's move on. I think we're kind of just rambling on. We're running on with JJK.
Yeah. Well, it'd be the thing that we talked about I know that it would have been the thing that we talked about the longest.
Yeah. So now, I guess, Nick, do you want to give your thoughts on Bleach so far?
My thoughts on Bleach, I definitely need to start reading it at this point, but I just got to like the very beginning of the Soul Society. I'm still in the same place that I said on our first recording, in which I just got through the fight between Ichigo and the other guy that also has the beginning with like the ICH thing, like the guy that had Ikaku.
The spear, the spear guy,
yeah. Which, honestly, bro, mid-fight.
Really?
Right now, it's really mediocre. Well, yeah, because nothing really big happens. It's literally just them hitting each other.
Well, there's that. Okay. There's I'm gonna interrupt you. There's that one scene of he's like, "Who trained you?" And he's like, "Well, I didn't really have a mentor. This guy. Yeah, he's like Keisuke, and you can see Ikaku's like visibly like freaked out by that. So I'm like, I mean, so Keisuke is important for that, but
Well, that part is cool, but that's
the rest
only
of the fight
setting up for the future.
The rest of the fight
besides
is
that, they just hit each other.
Yeah.
It's just like the only reason why Ichigo won is that just like I got used to your patterns now.
It's exactly.
Slices you. Like there was no revelation. Like either make the guy easy or don't. Like the best example of Ichigo's power was fighting that one dude right at the gate.
Yeah.
And then Jin showed up. Is that his name, Jin?
Yeah. Yeah.
That part was cool.
I
That part
that
was
one was
really cool.
good because then you see like that's I mean you see Byakuya, but that's your first like showing of like a captain level threat, and you're
Yeah.
just like because like at that point you see him Shikai, but you're like, what did he do? Why what
Yeah.
happened?
Well,
Um,
like just
yeah,
well, the fight mainly that I'm talking about, like Jin also
yeah.
there is cool, but the whole
Oh,
thing of
against the
just like
monkey dude
just it's just an example of Ichigo's power from training with Keisuke. It's like
for
I
like
trained for
10 days.
5 days
Yeah,
in
like
5
5 or
nights.
10 days, and he's like, I grew that much. Just
Yeah,
insane.
and it's
Um,
just it's easy.
the first bit of the full Soul Society arc is kind of slow as soon as you kind of get a little further. I know you got introduced to a bunch of the captains like Hitsugaya, Kenpachi,
Yeah.
probably Kamamura and Tojin, and then Aizen
Oh
of
yeah, the whole
course.
thing. I hate when it cuts to Kenpachi just running around. It's just like, oh, it's another dead end. It's like, bro, I know that you can probably jump like 100 feet right now. I'm sure that most of these shonen characters could do this type of shit.
Exactly. Um,
Just jump. Look for the guy. Just stop.
I will say you just gotta hold up hope a little bit more. The Soul Society arc's gonna get really good soon. Once a little bit
I
more,
hope
it gets
so.
really good. There's a reason why it is probably my favorite arc in all of manga and anime.
I can't wait to trash on it once I'm done. I can't wait.
uh, but I will say so something with a lot of the earlier Soul Society I was about to say fights.
Farts. Oh.
Is they're supposed to just kind of hint at like Ichigo's potential. So I'm like, that's why a lot of them kind of seem mid and just stupid because they're like, oh, he's hinting at, oh, he can develop this ability, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
They're just hinting at
I
what's next.
it's mostly just the fact of just like they take so much time to get to a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Like with and it's just because also like new gen shonen, like it's like I forgot the guy that said this. Thoughts from Shavam,
Mm-hmm.
that guy on YouTube. He gave a good example in like shonen will always get better because it's always going to build off of the good parts of other shonen.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's why JJK gets straight to the point. Like with Shibuya, you did not have people fucking running around in dead end spots. You just had people encountering each other and seeing what happened from that
Exactly.
and the
Yeah.
consequences of it. Like it cuts the BS. Like Yuji's fight with the what is it? It's not a cockroach. It's the
The
grasshopper
grasshopper. That is such a good fight
curse.
too. Oh
Like
my gosh.
it's good and it's handled quickly. It's another example of like this shonen character like showing how far they've grown.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he could handle an enemy with 4 hands when he had two.
Yeah.
And it's like, why am I losing? That part is cool.
uh,
Why and like the other fights, like even the most mid fight for me in Shibuya was like him and Megami versus that one dude with the curse technique of just like the harder you hit me, the softer I take
oh
it. So
yeah.
you need to act in reverse. Like, see, you saying oh, you completely forgot about that fight
Yeah.
initially.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm like, that's
And
still a good
Ino,
fight
whatever the
though.
hell he was doing,
Every
yeah,
yeah, every fight in
it's good. Like
Shibuya
it's
was
good
still
art,
good. Yeah.
but like it's boring because it's not the actual like big build up.
You're like,
Like
okay,
it
I
was a
want to see
good
Sukuna come out. I want to see him
split.
fight Choso. I want to see him fight Mahito.
Yeah,
I want to see more of because I think at that same it was that's after Gojo gets sealed. But you're like, I want to see what's going on. Like, I think
yeah.
there were other
You want to
fights.
focus on those
Like,
people.
I wanted to
Like these are new
see
characters. Sorry, I'll
the
let you continue.
during that fight with like the reversal dude. I wanted to see. I was like, okay, I don't care about Megumin. The reason I forgot about it is I didn't care about Megumin and Yuji's perspective in their fight. I wanted to see the one dude, I forget his name, that is only wants to get promoted to grade 1 if Nanamine gives him the record.
I think.
Yeah.
I
Because
think
that
that's his
fight was
name. Let
cool,
me
because
look
then
it up.
Toji comes out. That's why it
Oh yeah,
overshadows
well that's the
everything.
cool part.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Ino's curse technique is so boring to see initially.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sure that there's some Ino fans that are like, what the fuck? Like, how dare you say that? He has the potential to be special grade or something. I
Exactly.
don't care.
But,
Like,
yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I will say Bleach is really bad about just like hopping around before the big fights, and I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad about it. I mean, that's why I'd also say maybe reading it's better for you, maybe. But
Yeah.
I mean, then I would recommend then the
I think
big
I'm gonna do that.
I would say the big fights like when he fights Kenpachi and Byakuya and stuff. then I would
Yeah.
say those are the ones you should
I'm sure
watch.
that that's gonna be good,
Exactly.
but it's
But it's
gonna
like all
take a
the
little
darting
bit
around
to
and
know.
stuff. Did you Oh, did Udio have his fight yet? I forget.
The one against the guy that he just completely demolishes.
The
Not his big fight. The one with like the I don't know if he, well I don't know if he has a bigger fight than that. It's the one where they introduce his new bow.
okay. Um I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. He did fight a captain, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know which one you're. Yeah, that one's pretty
Oh,
good.
I don't know if he fought a captain. I'm just
Yeah,
no, I haven't gone to that part then. I'm
yeah.
just gonna say that I haven't got to that part.
Okay, because
I'm
you
sure
probably
that
haven't.
that one's also good.
Um, yeah, because then Chad and Orihime I think are the ones that did not fully get split up. Their fight is pretty cool. Oh my gosh, dude, you're gonna
No,
get to
they
see.
got
Yeah,
split up.
they did.
Chad's by him.
Okay,
Chad's with Kurorushi.
okay, never
Is
mind.
that her name?
You mean
Uh,
the cat?
oh yeah, Yoriichi.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
mixing things up. Kori that one's from Bridger too.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, you're gonna get to see my favorite character soon, which I'm very excited for. But yeah, no, you're getting to the point where like a few of the big fights are gonna start to happen. That when night
Yeah.
hits, that's when
I'll
a bunch
just
of them.
read
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'll probably after this I'll read it and then
Um, like Urio's next big fight, I'd recommend watching that one because that's also a really good one to watch, in my opinion. But yeah, no, you're getting there. You gotta hold out hope a little bit more.
I will try my best.
All right.
I'll try my best. Mm,
Yeah.
I don't know what else we have to cover
There's
besides
not a
that.
lot. I mean,
I think
I was like
um,
thinking. I mean,
what are we
yeah.
at time wise?
We're at 40, just about 47 minutes. So I think that's pretty good for a first episode. I mean,
Yeah.
if we have an audience, I'd love to hear like thoughts they would love us to talk about. I mean, the
Oh yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen movie just came out in
Yeah, on
on
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll digitally in the US, or not in the US, but digitally.
Yeah.
So it'd be something I think I mean we went and saw it opening night back in what I think it was
Yeah.
March when it came out or whatever.
God, that was
But
March.
I think it was March. I don't remember
I think
exactly.
you're right.
But like we just made a friend of ours watch Jujutsu Kaisen, so I think it would be really fun if we had him come on for when we talk
Definitely
about
need to have
We need to have
yeah.
him come on. Well, we'll have him watch the movie and then him talk about it with us. But that's something we can do. I mean, something that I think also that we want to do is because me and Nick have started liking power scaling stuff, so I think we want to start. You know, if there's a week there's no Jujutsu Kaisen or whatever, the Jujutsu Kaisen chapter is
Yeah.
kind of lackluster. We can kind of like pick two characters. Like, I think, you know,
Put them against each
yeah,
other.
like
We'll
Hikari
see.
versus Maki, especially with this new chapter, would have been a really good one to talk
Yeah.
about. If I mean, that
Yeah.
would have been a good one to flow into, but we can
Oh
always.
well, my bro. Honestly, easy. We can do that
You want to
right
do it
now.
right now?
Maki
Okay,
wins.
okay.
Maki wins easy.
Really? You think like no
Yes.
diff or easy diff?
Huh? I mean, what is it? I probably I my big thing about it is the fact that because Maki has to accept the terms of a domain, and the thing is that we don't know if Hikari's domain requires another person to be in there for him to use the gambling
Okay.
technique. The issue, so it comes down to can Hikari gamble? If it's a yes, then I think that Maki still wins.
But it's gonna be
If it's a
harder. Yeah.
no, yeah, but if it's a no, Maki easy.
Wipes.
There's also the whole thing of just like she can just lob his head off. If she hits him with the sword, the soul splits in two. And if she doesn't have that, she'll literally just punch his head off.
Yeah, I mean, it all comes down to if what you said about the domain. I'm thinking, I'm thinking probably Maki's winning without the domain, no diff, like no diff.
Yeah.
I mean, Hikari could maybe put up like a little bit of a fight.
Something, but
But
also a curse resistant body being hit only with curse energy
exactly, because
manipulation.
Hikari's like when he punches you with curse energy, it feels like sandpaper. I'm like, if her body's resistant to curse energy, then how much
Exactly.
damage could be dealt to her theoretically? That's why I'm like, We haven't. I mean, also we
It's mostly
haven't
just
fully seen.
stealth.
We've only seen like a mid fight with Akari and then his fight with Kashima. So I'm like, we haven't
Yeah,
seen if he has any other techniques or anything too. So it's like we don't know for sure. But I'm
yeah.
like,
He knows jujutsu rules pretty well. He can do binding bows in an instant.
exactly. So I'm like,
So he could probably create some sacrifices for it somehow. Like he knows how to manipulate the system
he knows
to
how to
his favor.
gamble. He knows how to
Exactly.
gamble. Yeah. So, and then if domain, then I'm thinking, easy, edging on mid diff. That Maki's still winning
Yeah.
though. But it's like it's Maki
Akari would
currently.
have to run.
Yeah, like with what we've seen of Maki and what we now know about her, Maki's like still there are people that are gonna be a threat to Maki. I mean, Yuta is still gonna put
Yeah.
up a really good fight. Gojo's just gonna just destroy her instantly,
Wipe the
basically.
floor
Like
still.
there's gonna be characters that Maki has no chance against, but I'm like now like even looking at Maki now, I'm like, oh, she could have actually if she current Maki, could have had a chance to not get blitzed by Jogo in Shibuya if it was current Maki.
Yeah.
I'm like, she could have a. I
Yeah, she
mean,
would have.
Maito she would have issues with, in my opinion. But the other
Yeah.
disaster curses, she could do some damage to and probably like solo on her own. Like there's
Well,
yeah.
if Toji could beat Dagon and she's on par with Toji now, all the disaster curses, I'm sorry, are gone.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're gone. Like I only thing is I think like um Mahito, if she does get touched by Mahito, she's gone instantly. So I'm
Yeah.
like that's my only thing. I'm like that's if Mahito can
Off the
actually like
speed.
land a hit
Blitz.
on her. Yeah, if
Blitz
he
Mahito.
if she doesn't get blitzed by Mahito,
Mhm.
then it's Maki. That one's the only
Yeah.
one. I'm like that could be some. You could have some a little bit longer, more drawn out, but most of it's gonna be a pretty much a Maki wipe.
Yeah.
Um,
But along with that, what is it? We should cut it off right here, or we're just gonna
exactly.
keep on rambling about people for Maki to fight.
Yeah.
The which we can just say that for another time. Uh, I don't know how many comments we're gonna get on this, but
Exactly.
eventually, if people want our opinions on certain things or they ask questions on who we think would win certain things, we could also just have sections for that.
Exactly. I think it'd be cool if like eventually if more people join, we could create another Discord server and have people join and then invite people on to debate. Because I don't know a ton about power
That'd be
scaling.
fun.
You know a lot more than me, so like it would be really fun just to record you yelling at someone about like fighting. So I'm like that would be a really fun episode.
That would
Um,
be entertaining.
so like stuff like that. I mean, like because originally we are just talking about stuff we could do, but I'm like, yeah. So I think we have a pretty
Yeah,
solid, yeah.
that's all
So I'm
options.
gonna call it off here. I think thank you so
Yeah.
much for listening. Of the probably
Yes,
two
thank
people
you.
that'll first hear this.
Yeah.
Look forward to more. We'll definitely have more guests on. We'll talk about more stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if
The
people, neither of us are caught up on Black Clover and One Piece, but I do have a friend that loves those series. So I mean, if people want to hear opinions on that, I can bring someone in to kind of talk
yeah.
about their thoughts on it.
We
But
have options. We also have the same person that's watching Jujutsu Kaisen loves Dragon Ball.
exactly.
So
If
there's
you guys
endless
want to
stuff
talk,
that we
if
could talk
Nick
about.
and him want to talk about Dragon Ball, boom, there's another episode. I mean, I think it would be fun to have him on, and you guys can talk about the. So I would say I've never watched Dragon Ball 2, so
Yeah. We could talk
we
about
went and saw. I
movies
went and saw the
instead.
Dragon Ball movie, and like I'd love to hear what you guys have to. You guys can debate stuff about it because I'm like it was okay, but I know you guys have some
Yeah.
big opinions on it. So yeah, thank you so much
Yeah.
for listening to
Thank you for
Unless It
listening.
Changes, the Shonen Jump podcast.
This time, yeah, you
We've
got
been
it.
your hosts. I've been Max, and
I'm Nick.
yeah, thank you so much. I hope you
Thank you.
yeah.